Daisy.
Hello, I'm Sir Lorccán. This is my lovely wife, the Honorable Lady Aibinn. This is our corgi, Daisy. Oh wait, no, what's her SCA name?
Astrid.
Astrid. Our corgi, Astrid. Her persona is a Swedish falcon. Anyway, my lovely lady here, having done a few days of hellwork exercises to get the idea, has very graciously accepted my request to help demonstrate some techniques for video. So she's brand new in this. She's doing great. Her form is better than some much more experienced fighters that I know because she hasn't tried to speed it up. She's just been willing to do it right. So to go with what I was talking about with time and place, some of the scenarios that I'm going to demonstrate with her are going to be familiar scenarios to people who have seen enough SCA fighting. These are not wildly inventive combinations. These are fairly normal ones, but I want to show how they work with the ideas that we're talking about. We're using bucklers, partly so that you can see our body language, partly so that our arms don't get tired holding them up too long. I'm going to switch to left-handed because my lady is left-handed, and this way we can demonstrate the more common, same dominant hand pairing. Buckler. Apologies in advance if the sun flares off of this one. We gave her the dark green one so it won't flare toward the camera too much. Okay. And for this, I'm going to be using sword leg forward or sword leg back, depending on what makes the most sense for demonstrating the technique. So the most common opening attack for any SCA combat is just a forehand snap to the head. We often call a flat snap. So first, we're going to do the one where you get killed. Okay, here we go. I throw this. Boom. I stayed out. I just went ahead and threw the shot, and she took advantage of the opening because I didn't do anything to help to gain myself advantage. If that shot that I started with didn't work, I was open. I was extended. Oh, good. Let's try it. Okay, this time I'm going to step in with it before you kill me. Okay. Oh! I stepped after throwing the shot. I was still in false time. She still had every opportunity to take advantage of me. Okay. Now I'm going to close in and actually use the game advantage. Okay. Now. Oh, nope, I did that wrong. Forget that. You didn't see it. I was focusing on doing it wrong, and I did it wrong.
You did it wrong.
Yay! Okay, here we go. Now I'm going to close in under the shot, so now I am in a true place where I can throw. She can still attack me, but I can attack her in the time of the hand, where I'm not at that big disadvantage. So she might get my leg, depends on where our shields are, but from that closed position, having used that first attack to gain a better place, now the fight is even. Alright, now let's see here. Let me do thrust. Okay. Face thrust. First, just block it. Okay, let's say we start with a thrust. Nice long range, and it misses. If I'm still way out here, what can I do? Not a whole lot. I can, I can't even, haven't really gained myself anything. Let's try again. Okay. Now I close, now I got something. Still not entirely safe though. And again, some of this depends on the exact shield work, but by closing in with the movement, now I've actually gained an, that's true. Yeah. But the idea is very simply, I've used the attack, I've made the commitment to the attack, I should go all the way and gain myself something, instead of just doesn't really do much for me. And if I manage to get a freebie shot, where I can just manage to poke face from long range, great, but that's a low percentage option. It's not great. If I actually am willing to commit to it, I can gain something more. The other thing that's hard to quantify here is reaction speed, because we're deliberately doing this slow. But let's say, okay, you're gonna block the thrust and then drop it. Drop it. Let's say I do very quickly. If I can say, I take the advantage by getting her to block her face and follow smoothly because I've closed in just enough with the thrust that I can then throw that shot. There, I've gained something really valuable from a move, and I have, sure, opened myself up a little bit. She could still get me, but I've gained more of an advantage than if I'd tried to stay out, or if I'd waited to move. If I had said, thrust, and then move, okay. That's far too even. I don't want an even fight. I want to take all the advantage and squish my opponent into the dirt. Okay, so when people try to lead with a wrap, it often goes wrong. Go ahead and kill me with this one. Oh. The shorter one. Bam! Perfect! This takes just long enough to develop that if I'm starting it from out here, she can normally see what's happening. She is in the time of the hand. She is in the true time and the true place here. Because as I open, she can do a faster, smoother thing without having to move her feet, without having to do anything. This is bad for me. This is her win. Now, let's say I can do something to even things up a little. I'm going to shield fake and then step in to throw it. So you just look at the shield and if I manage to capture her attention with a look at the birdie, then that can work for me. Now I'm going to thrust to the face, and I'm just going to block it. Okay. This is terrible because I'm telling you, how to just let me kill her, but it's so that you can see it. Okay. Well, that's true. Okay, so let's say that I start with a thrust fake. It's a way to buy time. Now, if I actually make that thrust a real attack, let's go do this. Okay, go ahead and block it the same way. And I miss, bam. Granted, I'm taking a risk by stepping in. No, it's perfect. By stepping in like that, I'm taking more of a risk. But if I've assessed her offense correctly, if I've got my shield in the right place to where that's relatively safe, then that might be a really good risk, because by closing in, now I'm in a much better position to throw my attack in the time of the hand. I think that will do for the ideas that we were trying to get across today. Thank you once again to my lady Abhann for demonstrating with me, and if you have any questions, please let me know.